and thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you're enjoying your Friday afternoon. Kevin Harlan here alongside Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. DA David Aldridge is on our sideline. Hey, Dave.
Guys, Celtics coach Brad Stevens is known for his play calling. LeBron James said he has so many different wrinkles. You've got to keep your head on a swivel. He'll run something you've never seen before. But Stevens said, honest to God, I've stolen everything we've ever done from somebody else. Kevin?
I love his honesty. All right, thank you, DA. And now the opening lineup for Boston. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. And it's Cantor in at the center position. And for the Thunder, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Chris Paul is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Robertson in at the 3. There should be plenty of fireworks out in the backcourt tonight in this one. Of the guards you played alongside, who is the best combination passer scorer?
Oh, man, Kev, you put me on the hot seat. That's a tough one. I just got to give everybody
a shout out. You played with a lot of them, though, didn't you? Huh?
I know, man. I didn't know it was going to be a test today. I got to go with my boy Rod Strickland when I played with him at the Wizards. I think he's the best finisher ever, and he led the league in assists. My boy Jay Will, shout out to White Chocolate. I mean, he is one of the most creative players I ever played with, but he could shoot it from deep. He was a guy that liked to shoot it from Curry Land, and he could pass it. And then lastly, I'd have to, of course, go with my man Mike Bibby. Mike Bibby could do it all. So I've been blessed to play and fortunate to play with some great scorers and combination passers in this league.
3 terrific names. Now here's Paul after Enes Kanter's miss. 6 on the shot clock. Teardrop shot. That one's not going to go. And it's Boston the other way. Now here's Tatum. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. There's Walker with the 3. Again, the miss by the Celtics. And just about a minute into the first quarter. Paul against Brown. Here's Adams. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Robertson with it. Fires the 3. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
And the first of many to come. Explosive offensive talent on both sides.
Yeah, I'm curious to see which team is able to dictate the pace tonight as well as the style of play.
Now, here's Cantor. And here's Walker outside. Connects from three-point range.
Oh, you know Walker isn't going to let you get away with that. I mean, hit one on me, I'm coming back at you.
Pass to Adams. The pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Hit the tip, and it's Adams on the follow.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tipping.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Now, here's Cantor. Back to Walker. Inside. Trying to find Cantor. Gets it to him. Shoots over Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot's good from Cantor. And so here is Oklahoma City. Paul passes to Adams. Out to the right wing. Fires from 14. That's good from Paul on the assist from Gallinari.
You got to appreciate how assured Paul is. He takes pride in torching the D on the catch and shoot. Well, last season, the chemistry for the Celtics, well, to put it nicely, it was lacking. I mean, they had friction over playing time. Players pointed fingers. Marcus Smart said it. I mean, they weren't together.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander after Jaylen Brown's miss. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's covered closely, uses the glass to finish the layup.
And every once in a while, he'll show up and give you some great moves around the hoop.
And Chris, just an uneasy silence in the Celtics locker room last season. The bench really not celebrating plays. How do they regain that joy?
Yeah, Kevin, it's so tough when you don't have good chemistry. I think you start with putting the team first. And leadership, it starts with being a good follower. It starts with sacrifice.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the call. Foul on Bosston.
And you look at the way Steven Adams has developed his offense the last few years. It's been a huge boost for this team. He has always been a great defender, but now he is an important cog on this team in terms of scoring.
Free throw good, Adams. And with Adams in his offense, you forget how young he is.
And big men, sometimes they just take a little longer to find their path in the NBA. And Adams has certainly found his. I remember him being in mostly to screen and rebound when he was a rookie, but look how far his game has come.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Mike Muscala is checked in for Andre Robertson. Terrence Ferguson comes in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Paul. Now, here's Langford. Boston, no good that time either.
He gets the playground jumper and can't make good on it. You don't get many chances easier than that.
Pass to Ferguson. A 3-ball. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Smart on the wing. Passes it to Langford. Will it go? Boston, no good that time either. The Thunder leading by 9. Ferguson for 3. Kept alive.
Excellent all-around performance so far against the big lead.
Yeah, Greg, they've come out of the gate strong at both ends of the floor. Just in total control so far.
And now, the first timeout called here for Boston. And for the Thunder, a lot of the assistant coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking.
Now here's Smart. 1:15 left to play in the first quarter. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Greg, last season, Dennis Schroeder transitioning to more of a 6-man role with the Thunder.
And for his first go at that role, I thought Schroeder looked really good. He's always been able to score and create, and coming off the bench might be the best spot for him.
That's good from Schroeder.
And with all their rangy wing defenders, the Celtics are well suited for the modern game.
Oh, yeah, they make it tough for opponents to get clean looks on the perimeter, GA, with their defense. I mean, it's a strong defensive team also because of the competitors that they possess.
Noel's checked in for Adams. Schroeder hits them both. Here's Smart. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Kicks it to Williams. Here's Langford. From deep. Boston again missing. Smart against Schroeder. Gallinari outside. 36 seconds left in the first. And it's Schroeder missing.
You have to be willing to pass in those situations. That was a low percentage shot.
Here's Smart. Boston again missing. Now the Thunder with it. They're on an 18-5 run here. Now here's Schroeder. Pass to Ferguson. Beyond the arc. Drills the three-pointer. Ferguson's got 6.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Going for the juggler right off the bat. I mean, jumping out to an impressive early lead.
And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Thunder lead by 16. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Gordon Hayward reunited with his college coach Brad Stevens. He said they go way back.
Our relationship started when I was in high school. He came to my morning workouts and really recruited me at Butler and was kind of the first guy that I think believed in me that I could make it to the next level.
And I'm sure, Greg, that relationship played a big role in Hayward deciding to join the Boston Celtics.
And not just a connection, but a respect. Hayward now a veteran in this league, while Stevens has moved into the conversation for one of the better young coaches in our league.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a very convincing performance from the Thunder so far.
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Well, yeah, this is their preferred pace, and it's gotten them out to an early lead.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. They've got Smart, Daniel Tice out there with Williams. Then it's Langford, and it's Ojale in at small forward.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Gallinari on the wing. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. 6 to shoot. Shoots over Langford, and it's Gallinari missing.
Setup's good. That's the shot they're looking for, but you can't get them all to go.
Now Langford. And the pass to Ojale. And the rebound goes to the Thunder.
Yeah, and Brad Stevens, credited for the culture he's helped establish in Boston. But last season, though, that took a hit. Now we'll see how he responds to that adversity. It's going to be interesting to see. Oh, you get it inside like this, you're going to get a high percentage shot almost every time.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. Chris, Coach Stevens was candid after last season. He said he could have done a better job finding that fit and holding a standard for the team.
Well, you like seeing that. If a coach has to hold his players accountable, then he must first hold himself accountable. And the front office was quick to dismiss that notion, but not so many fans. There's no panic in Stevens, though. I like that. He's a steady hand through it all.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Gallinari. Gilgeous-Alexander comes in for Terrence Ferguson. And Paul subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. And Tice gets it to go.
Oh, what incredible precision. Brown cutting the D to pieces in his passing.
Paul against Walker. Paul can't get it to go. Celtics trail by 16. To the inside. And it's Walker that time on the assist by Brown. Walker's got 5 now.
And for a guy who only stands 6'1", I mean, Walker can be a strong finisher in the painted area.
Brown against Paul. Hayward grabs the board. And here's Hayward. He'll bring it up for Boston. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. Walker's shot is off.
Well, he hit that 1 3-pointer in the first quarter. Still none so far here in the second.
And here's Robertson. Here's Muscala, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Now here's Walker. 5 points in the game. Here's Brown, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And for Jaylen Brown, part of the challenge last season, especially with the return of Gordon Hayward, was meeting the high expectations, Greg, in a reduced role.
Competition for minutes, and then early on, he struggled. We all see the potential, but it's really about seizing the moment every time you're on the court.
Free throw good from Brown.
Out of Willard High School in Georgia, Jaylen Brown was ranked second in the class of 2015 after Ben Simmons. All the powerhouses came calling. He went the unexpected route, choosing UC Berkeley.
Adams, he's checked in for the Thunder. Bosston also with the sub. Cantor, he's checked in for Daniel Tice. No good on the second free throw. And Cal Berkeley, not the biggest basketball program in the country. So, Chris, what led Brown to go there?
Well, former NBA All-Star Sharif Abdul-Rahim, another Wheeler High alum, took the same path. Look, Kevin, both of them welcomed the intellectual challenge. Now, Sharif, not only could he hoop, but now he's the president of the G League. And Jaylen Brown, he's the vice president of the Players Union.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Celtics trail by 15. Tatum with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Tatum on the wing. Bosston again missing. Oklahoma City has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. No way.
That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. Williams, he's checked in for Gordon Hayward. On the free throw, no good. Some great ball handling in this game. Chris, we see it all the time. Of all of them, whose crossover impresses you the most right now?
Oh, right now, okay. Man, you got to go out to wherever Kyrie Irving is. And first of all, his handles are
great handle, right?
Oh, his handles are sick. Don't forget about Curry, because Curry can shoot so well. Sometimes we sleep on his handles. And John Wall with his speed, there's no way you can stop John Wall coming full speed at you. He can cross you over left and right or right without even blinking, and you'll just be standing still, stuck, not even realizing he laid the ball up past you already.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, if you were going to lose Kyrie Irving, why not replace him with Kemba Walker? The Celtics brought Walker in from Charlotte last offseason, and it looks like he's going to pay off big time in Boston. The Celtics didn't exactly do what they wanted the last couple of years, but with Walker and Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum and a hopefully healthy Gordon Hayward, Celtics aren't exactly going to be in the lottery anytime soon either.
Well, you're right on that, D.A. They're still stocked, and we love Walker. He'll, I think, mix well with this team. Thank you. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander after Jaylen Brown's miss. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Robertson with the floater, and it's good on the way-in. Robertson's got 5 now.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Pass to Brown. Shoots. Boston again missing.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Yeah, that's not his spot. Plain and simple. Just trying to force something is rarely a good idea.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. And we'll be right back after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. Oklahoma City has the edge here at halftime. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what do you think?
Well, we can't look past the huge contribution their benches provide. They've got this lead mainly because of the injection of energy and offense that they got from their reserves. That's what a coach wants to see. I'm guessing the minutes will be spread out a little bit in the second half.
And Shaq, your thoughts on the Celtics?
Ernie, I don't use this word a lot because, one, I can't spell it, but it was definitely a subpar effort for them on the glass. That hurt. They're serious about cutting into this deficit. It's gut check time. Ugh. You hear that, Ernie? I'm hitting my gut. Ugh. You got to check your gut, Ernie. Ugh. Gut check time, Ernie.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. A 21-point lead, the biggest in the game. Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So the Thunder 5 right now. Robertson and Gallinari at the small and power forward positions. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul, and it's Adams in at the 5 spot. Now here's Hayward following the shot by Chris Paul. Just 5 to shoot. Brown drives in. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Here's Gallinari. Plays it up off the glass. Gallinari's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for Oklahoma City.
Well, a look at that 2018 Clippers draft pick and Gilgeous-Alexander. His incredible size at the point guard spot makes him one of the more intriguing players from that class.
Now, Gilgeous-Alexander following the miss by Kemba Walker from deep. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Paul with the steal. And here we go. Paul heading to the hoop. Lays it in off the breakaway. Paul's got 6.
They're on target from the start of the half. I mean, they're moving well. They're getting some good shots. That makes him 3 for 4 from the field since halftime.
Now, here's Walker. He has 5. Goes back up, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Oh, man. Look at the skill set Walker has. Superb at using his body inside to draw that contact.
And last season with Gilgeous-Alexander, Greg, you could see what he was capable of with his length.
Well, he is just so difficult to slow up when he's running downhill at a defender. Already a plus defender in his offense coming along. He could be a scary figure at that point guard position.
That's good from Kemba Walker.
And the speed of Walker, I mean, it's sensational. He can switch gears and an active player on both ends.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Muscala, he's checked in for Adams. Terrence Ferguson comes in for Andre Robertson. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Chris Paul. The Celtics also changing it up. Williams, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Shemi Ojeleye comes in for Jason Tatum. And Marcus Smart has subbed in for Jaylen Brown. Well, one of the bigger names in free agency this past summer was Kemba Walker. A lot of teams, Greg, looking at him.
And rightfully so, Kevin. With Kemba, a point guard who is in his prime, he's an impact player who can hit big shots and is one of the more underrated stars in our league.
Hayward from outside. It's rebounded by Schroeder. Schroeder's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Muscala gets the bucket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And Walker kicks to Ojeleye. Smart deciding where to go with it. Here's Williams. Good, and Smart gets the assist.
An 0 for 3 start to the first half is finally behind them. I mean, now maybe they can get something rolling.
Schroeder passes to Muscala. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Here's Here's Gallinari. That one rolling around and rims out.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
Oh, you're right. He'd take that 10 out of 10 times. He's not going to miss many of those.
Now here's Smart. No points in the game yet for him. Williams against Schroeder. 4 on the clock. And that one, good.
You know, still a raw talent, but Williams does have a reliable inside game that continues to get better.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. Chris, you have been passionate about honoring those who blaze the trail for today's NBA, like the Globetrotters and the Wrens, in the days before integration.
Yeah. I mean, you think about what they've gone through off the court and on the court, and anyone, regardless of color, nationality, just paving the way for me as a basketball player. I want to say thank you. Let's just think about what Red Auerbach did, drafting the first African-American player, making the first African-American player coach in Bill Russell, who won the championship that year, and leaving him a good team. And if you look at organizations like the Black Fives and bringing awareness to the games, and you just want to understand your legacy culturally, and that's why I have to, every time I see Mr. Bill Russell, Big O, or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I give them a big hug and a wet kiss on the cheek, because I just thank them for not only advancing the movement in sports, but culturally. Sports has always sent a message to the culture and society about how cool teammates work together and how you can overcome a problem by working together. And so I really thank them for enduring all of the hardships that they did so that we can reap the benefits. So it's been awesome to be part of the league and be able to shake hands with those that have blazed trails for us.
That is so admirable on your part. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. Taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas. David, thank you.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
And the longer the run goes on, the more momentum will swing their way.
Now, here is Gallinari. And there it is for him. Gallinari's got 4 this quarter.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Oh, yeah, and that's what you love about him. He shows no mercy, even with a comfortable lead.
Now a timeout called by Bosston.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Without question. They're giving up too many high percentage looks, a trend that they'd like to reverse.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Williams, he's checked in for Robert Williams. Jason Tatum comes in for Gordon Hayward. And Jaylen Brown subbed in for Langford. Now here's Williams. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Here's Tatum, and the rejection by Noel.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
We've got 1:13 left to play in the third. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. Here's Williams. Brown outside. To the middle. Here's Tatum. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Gallinari. Guys, you talk about players coming in and with a huge impact. Jason Tatum showed he was more than ready to be an NBA star.
Rare do you see a player as polished and as impactful as Tatum. Stepped right in to be one of the top players on a top team with Boston. Fits their system perfectly, and really the sky is the limit for that young man.
And that one falls for Tatum. Moves on moves. That's Jason Tatum.
I mean, this guy's a natural isolation scorer. Jab steps, crossovers, turnarounds, fadeaways. He's got an awful lot in his bag.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Nerlens Noel. Andre Robertson comes in for Mike Muscala. And Chris Paul subbed in for Dennis Schroeder.
Well, who could forget Jason Tatum's rookie year? I mean, in the 2018 playoffs, all he did was lead the Celtics in scoring at just 20 years old, taking Boston to Game 7 of the conference finals.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're pouring it on right here, trying to give the opposition no light at the end of the tunnel.
Here's Brown. Steven Adams making his last shot. Pulls up. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Smart against Paul. From deep three-point range, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's Oklahoma City closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And we've got more NBA action on 2K. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Well, how about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And so it's Walker with it, who brings it up for the Boston Celtics. On the court for the Celtics, Walker and Smart, the guards. Tatum and Cantor together down low. And it's Brown in at the 3 slot.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
This isn't like him, and he knows it. The best thing they can do is try to get him more easy looks.
Now here's Walker. Brown inside, lays it up and banks it in.
That is prime-time point guard play. A sensational find by Walker to set up the easy bucket.
Here's Adams, and the layup falls.
He's having a great night from the floor, and they're going to keep leaning on him, looking to grow the lead.
Boston shooting the ball poorly, just 28%. Walker dishes to Tatum. We've played just over 1 minute here in the 4th quarter. On the wing, Brown. Just 5 on the clock. That one off the back iron and out.
He has shot them in the foot with his inability to make shots tonight.
Robertson finds Paul. Over Walker. Paul can't get it to go.
Now, he hasn't chipped in with many points tonight. The good thing he has the guys around him to carry the weight.
Nice shot by Smart.
Oh, tricky handles there by Smart, keeping the defenders off balance.
Paul outside. Shoots over Walker. Adams. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Adams has got 4 this quarter.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Steven Adams picks one up, and after signing a 4-year, $52 million contract extension, Marcus Smart rewarded the Celtics, Chris, with the best season of his young career.
Yeah, his best shooting percentages by far. I mean, add in his continued progress as a playmaker. Don't forget he's the man on the defensive end. I think that's money well spent for Boston.
He's off on the first. Chris, are there specific types of plays where you feel the whistle gets blown maybe a little too often and a little too early?
Well, sometimes for a guard, when he's defending a guard and the pick and roll comes and he fights through that pick, and as a guard, offensive player, I can stop and let you bump into me and shoot the ball. I think the refs just have to be smart with it. Sometimes it's a foul, but every time it's not, just because of the situation or the flop. And also, you just don't want players to be bailed out when the defender is in a good position. But that's what makes the game so great, is the fact that as an offensive player, you got to try to manipulate and find out where you can sneak yourself in the gray areas of a rule. And as a defensive player, how can you use your skill, your will, and then your IQ not to get caught with your hand in the cookie jar? I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
Walker taking his time here. Cantor's shot is off.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Yeah, Greg, that's just great defense, forcing his man into a difficult attempt.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Tatum cans the 12-footer.
An elite mid-range shooter. That's what he is. Even back in high school, Tatum will always have this in his arsenal.
Let's go! Paul kicks to Adams. Passes it to Gilgeous-Alexander. Gallinari against Tatum. Gallinari passes to Robertson. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Hayward grabs the board. Celtics trail by 21. Right side to Walker. For three, Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in.
His touch has been off tonight, and now his judgment is off too. I mean, come on. It's not a smart shot.
Here's the lob to Adams. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Walker, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
You can't shake Walker. He's just a master at cashing in on these and-one opportunities.
Well, you have to give credit to Kemba Walker, who has always found ways to improve his game year after year. Has worked on that shot and tool set enough where he can now be a handful to defend for any guard.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Muscala's checked in. And with Walker, as he has progressed as a player, you know, Greg, so has his leadership.
And Kemba has been a natural leader for so long during his time. When your leader puts in the work that Kemba does, it has to inspire the rest of that roster.
Gilgeous-Alexander finds Muscala. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, good on that one. Good work defensively by Smart. Pass to Walker. 1:31 left in the fourth quarter. And the shot goes in. Walker's got 5 points now this quarter.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Oklahoma City.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Steven Adams.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
And he knocks down the first one.
At 6'4", 220 pounds, Marcus Smart might be the most physically imposing point guard in the league, especially with this fiery approach to the game.
And so Smart nails both of them.
Very rare for players to be elite defenders from the moment they set foot in the NBA, but that was the case for Marcus Smart. A tremendous physicality to go with a pit bull disposition has made him downright scary at times at that end of the floor.
And again, no good by Oklahoma City. And so it's Smart. He'll bring up the ball for the Boston Celtics. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Here's Schroeder. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. And the Celtics with possession here, down by 12. Ojale, that's good.
You can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, how they ended this one is much different than how they started it, and that's a shame.
Schroeder outside, and there's the pass to Nader. Doesn't go for him. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Chris, big win tonight. What do you think was the biggest factor?
I don't know. You know, it was just our defense. You know, obviously our offense fed off of it. Guys made open shots, but I think we really locked down defensively, and that's what we're trying to make sure is that we're a defensive team every night.
Well, you were a defensive team tonight, Chris. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
David.